Presenting the CW Crew.
Hey, Twin Cities. I am very excited to be talking with Karamo Brown. We are talking about his new show, which is going to be airing right here on the CW Twin Cities. Karamo, tell us all about the show.
Hey, first of all, hey, Twin Cities. I'm excited to be here. Listen, man, my daytime talk show has been in mind since I was a little boy. One of the things that I always loved when I was younger was connecting with daytime TV because I grew up poor and a lot of challenges, and watching daytime TV made me feel like I wasn't the only one going through it. And so my show is going to be all about real people going through real situations, but me using my skills as a former social worker, someone who's just worked in television to help people get through them, have resolutions. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of smiling, but it's also a lot of healing, a lot of growth. I'm just super excited.
And our promotions manager was actually in Las Vegas, heard you speak recently, had great things to say about you, number one. But in addition to that, he was telling us a little bit about the show, which he mentioned that there's going to be some like phone hacking between couples, going back into the history and pulling stuff out. That gives me nightmares just hearing about it. But tell me how this works.
Well, one of the things for me is like, I need to make sure that if we're going to find a resolution, we have to use whatever tools are available. And unfortunately, or fortunately, we live in a time in a digital age where we have a lot of information that's right there that is accessible. And so I give individuals the options to allow me to use their phone as a tool to say, hey, let's find out the truth. And so if someone comes on my show and they're being accused of cheating, if they're having some type of family issue, they don't trust their husband, their wife, the phone is the first place that we all look. And it's surprising that no daytime talk show has ever done that. But once I got mine, I came up with the idea because I said, no, if a husband or a wife wants to know if their husband is cheating, and you don't want to give them access to your phone, Karamo will look through their phone for you. And so I go through the phone to find information, and I have a great team that can go back almost 7 years to things that even you think you deleted. And so there's no hiding on my show. But again, that is a tool used to get to healing and to a resolution, and that's why I say this show is about a lot of fun. We're having a good time, but it's also like, come on, we're going to use this so we can get to a better place.
So you actually guest hosted for Maury, who is kind of transitioning out, a legend in the TV world, where he's been doing it for, I believe, like 31 years or so. And then you come in there, just coming onto legend territory. What's that like?
Maury was a like Beyonce to me the first time I met him. Like when you meet like one body, because I said, again, I loved daytime television. So anytime I meet like the Phil Donahues, the Ricky Lakes, the Sally Jesse Raphaels, the Maurys, that place holds a special place in my heart because I grew up with them every single day in my household. But what I learned from Maury is just to make sure that my guests feel comfortable. Like he does such a great job of making people feel comfortable. But Maury and I have two different shows. I am going to be having some of the same fun content that he has, but at the same rate, I'm going a new level. It's the Karamo right now, the Karamo route, where it's like, what can I do? How can I use my skills to really make sure that we're having a good time, but also you're leaving here better? And so Maury's great, and he's wishing me nothing but well wishes, and I appreciate that.
Seeing you do this show for the next 30 years doesn't really seem like something I would predict, but I mean, what do you foresee yourself doing? Do you think you'll do this show for a while? Do you think it'll transition into something else? Do you think you'll be the next late night host, or, where do you see this going?
I actually see myself doing this for a good long time. You know what I mean? Like I'm one of these people that I set my intention, and my intention has always been to have fun and help people. And I've done that on every show that I've been on. And this isn't going to be my first time where I'm getting to, hold the reins and do it day in and day out. Like I sent a tweet out the other day, like literally when I was in high school, I was a peer counselor. I used to leave class to go help people. This is embedded in my DNA. This is who I've always been. And so if I could get the opportunity and be so blessed to have this job for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, sign me up. Now, whatever else God wants to bless me with, I am open to it. I am willing and able. I believe that you got to listen to what, the universe and what God says to you. But I think God is telling me right now that I'm aligned with his plan for me, and I'm going to continue on that. And so I think 20 years, 30 years is very possible for me.
Who are the people that in your life you thought, I want to do this TV thing, or maybe you didn't even know that that's what influenced you to get into the business, but you watched them, you loved them, and, you know, led you to where you are today?
Yeah, well, it's definitely like some clear people for me. It's definitely RuPaul, Oprah, Phil Donahue. Those are the three people who actually really I modeled a lot of my career around, of like how I saw myself when I was in high school and you know, college and grad school. It was like one of those things of like watching these individuals. And you know, but also like, to be honest with you, what gave me the courage to go into TV is the women in my life. The women in my life are my heroes. I think that all women are heroes. You know, I grew up the youngest, 4 sisters, and my single mom, she raised us. And so having all of that empathy, that love, that emotion that inside the house growing up as a little boy just made me respect and love women. And so I look to women as sort of the guiding light that I use to like be a better human being and a better man. You know, my mom recently told me that I'm making her proud. So that's all that matters, I guess.
You know, you went through a time in your life where you had some substance abuse issues. I believe it was alcohol and a mixture of different drugs, which I've heard you talk about in other interviews.
Yeah.
A lot of people can relate to that. What was the key to making that change?
The key to making that change is really, you have to decide for yourself. You know, you have to hit that rock bottom. You know, as much as, you know, as I've helped people in my own career, I've always said to them, you can try to pull someone who is in that space of addiction all you want. You know what I mean? You can try to help them every single day, but until they make the decision that they want to change, nothing's going to change. You know what I mean? And so I always tell people, like, why are you trying to fix someone who doesn't mind breaking you? And that's literally the cycle of when you're dealing with somebody who's in addiction. You're constantly trying to fix them, but they're breaking you. They're breaking your heart. They're breaking your spirit. They're breaking your bank. And so you have to understand that you have to set that boundary. And then they have to have the sense and the willingness to say, I want to change. And once they say that, that's when you can get back involved. That's when you can help them.
That's awesome. And to bring it back to the show a little bit, we've only seen sneak peeks, but one of the things that I loved seeing was the blooper reel for some of the promos. Tell me about the behind the scenes there. I mean, it looked like it was, you guys are having a great time. You're trying to stay your lines while catching things with one hand that somebody's throwing off camera. Tell us a little bit behind the scenes of what was going on.
I feel very ashamed because I was a wide receiver in high school and I was damn good at it. And so I don't know what happened after 30, where now I can't catch anything. You throw it at me and it's like, done. So in the promo, they were throwing me cards, the Karamo cards, and I had to catch them while talking and delivering lines. And they were like, we'll just GI it in. And I was like, nah, I got this. Listen, you told me a card, I can catch this. And literally, I embarrassed myself. We're gonna get it.
I got the answers.
Where are they?
I know, exactly. They're on the ground.
How many takes would you say there was there?
I don't know. What we say, about 40, 50?
Seriously? Oh, wow.
It was rough.
Okay. And what else do you like to do? I mean, we see on TV, we see that person. Who's the behind the scenes guy? What are you doing for fun? Like when you're just out having a good time?
You know, when I'm not helping people, I'm protecting my own mental health by having a good time and trying new things. So, you know, if you want to jump out of a plane, we're going on a 4-wheeler, you know, like go paragliding, I'm your man. You know what I mean? If you want to come have a good time with some good music, I'm your man.
Very cool. Well, Karamo, thank you so much. It's such an honor to talk to you. And we mentioned the 30-year thing. I don't think that's actually going to happen because within the next few years, you're probably going to be, you know, I mean, you've already done so much and you're a rising star, and just you can see the talent, you can see the personality and the great person that you are. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. Glad we had the chance. And Twin Cities, make sure you watch Karamo. It's going to be weekdays here in the Twin Cities, the Karamo Show. Thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. See you later,
Appreciate
Twin
it.
Cities. See you.
The CW crew on the CW Twin Cities. DJ Vonix, Alexa Score, and John Foss. Like, follow, subscribe to, and love the CW crew.